Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Mitchell here, and I'm here today with Edan again, and she's going to help me read this book for you called Duck on a Bike. And if you see here, this is a pretty crazy story. It's written by Shannon, and he's the author and illustrator that did the No David books. If you remember, maybe you've read some of those with your teachers or families. And Duck on a Bike is about this crazy duck that decides to ride a bike one day. And while you're reading, I hope that you laugh a little bit. And I also hope that this gets your imagination going, because at the end of the story, I'm going to give you a little challenge for you to do something creative after hearing this story. So here we go. Duck on a Bike by Shannon. Do you want to read the first page or do you want me to?
I'll do it.
Okay, so Edan's going to read page 1.
One day, down on the farm, Duck got a wild idea. I bet I could ride a bike, he thought. He waddled over to where the boy parked his bike, climbed on, and began to ride. At first, he rode very wobbly, and he wobbled a lot, but it was fun.
Duck rode past Cow and waved to her. "Hello, Cow," said Duck. "Moo," said Cow. But what she thought was, a duck on a bike? That is the silliest thing I've ever seen. Ready?
Then Duck rode past Sheep. "Hello, Sheep," said Duck. "Bah," said Sheep. But what she thought was, he's going to hurt himself if he's not careful.
Duck was riding better now. He rode past Dog. "Hello, Dog," said Duck. "Woof," said Dog. But what he thought was, that's a mighty neat trick.
Then Duck rode past Cat. "Hello, Cat." "Meow," said Cat. But what she thought was, I wouldn't waste my time riding a bike.
I like how this book shows the personalities of all the animals. Duck pedaled a little faster. He rode past Horse. "Hello, Horse," said Duck. "Nay," said Horse. But what he thought was, you're still not as fast as me, Duck. Put on your toe.
Duck rang his bell as he rode toward Chicken. "Cluck, cluck." "Wait, hello, Chicken," said Duck. "Cluck, cluck," said Chicken. But what she thought was, watch where you're going, Duck.
Then Duck rode past Goat. "Hello, Goat," said Duck. "Meh," said Goat. But what he thought was, I'd like to eat that bike.
Duck
stood
on the seat. "Hello," and rode past Pig and Pig. "Hello, pigs," said Duck. "Oink," said Pig and Pig. But what they thought was, Duck is such a show-off.
Then Duck rode no hands past Mouse. "Hello, Mouse," said Duck. "Squeak," said Mouse. But what he thought was, "I wish I could ride a bike just like Duck." Let's see, there's a little mouse.
Suddenly, a whole bunch of kids came down the road on bikes. They were in such a hurry that they did not see Duck. They parked their bikes by the house and went inside.
Look at all the animals' faces. Do you think they're getting an idea? Now all the animals had bikes. They rode around and around the barnyard. "This is fun," they all said. "Good idea, Duck."
Then they put the bikes back by the house, and no one knew that on that afternoon there had been a cow, a sheep, a dog, a cat, a horse, a chicken, a goat, 2 pigs, a mouse, and a duck on a bike.
The end. And look at Duck there. He's thinking of what mode of transportation he might want to try out next.
Duck on a tractor.
So what is that? Yeah, Duck on a Tractor. Eden thinks maybe there will be a sequel to this book. That means another one in a series. So here's my creative challenge for you today. And maybe Eden can help with some ideas. So I want you to think about different ways that we can get around. So a bike is one way you can go from place to place. In the end of the book, we saw a tractor. That's a way that maybe a farmer might get around the farm. So a tractor. Can you think of some other types, boys and girls, can you think of some other types of transportation or ways to get around?
Van, cars, and buses.
So vans or cars or buses, or what about maybe other things that are toys, kind of like a bike that you might get around with?
Trains.
Oh, a train. That's not really a toy, but
Oh,
yes,
I
a
thought
train.
You know how there's like the toy train.
Oh, a toy train, okay. But something that, like the bike was a real way for a person to get around, and Duck got on the bike, right? Can you think of something else that you might have or your friends might have that's not a bike?
Wow,
but
big wheelers.
Oh, like a big wheel? How about a scooter?
Oh yeah, a scooter. I used to have a scooter.
A scooter. Roller skates? Okay, so different things like that. Or like Eden said at first, a car or a truck, a bus. So those are modes of transportation. Then I want you to think about the different animals that were in this book. So let me see if I can find the page that has all of the animals together. You see here we have some pigs, we have a goat, we have a dog, a horse, a cow, a sheep, a chicken. Somewhere there's a mouse. See where the mouse is, Edan? Oh, my page is folded over. There's a cat. There's a mouse. Can anybody find the mouse? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There's the mouse. So I want you to think of your mode of transportation. And then I want you to think of an animal that we read about in the book. And I want you to draw a picture of that animal riding on the silly kind of transportation. So for example, I might say, a mouse on a motorcycle. And I'm going to draw a picture of a mouse riding on a motorcycle.
Or
what do you think you might do?
I might say duck on a bus. And then I'll draw a duck on a bus.
Okay, so you can choose duck if you want and a different thing, like Eden chose a bus, or you can choose a totally different animal and a different form of transportation. And when you do it, I want you to have your parents take a picture of you holding your picture, and I want you to post it for us to see. Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.